In the dead of winter, deep in the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia, nature hides secrets that even the bravest souls dare not disturb. Today, we journey back to February 9, where 9 young adventurers set off on an expedition into the frozen wilderness, a journey that ended in mystery, terror, and unanswered questions. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident. Over 6 decades have passed, yet the haunting echoes of that fateful night continue to send shivers down the spines of those who study the case. Join me as we piece together the events, the theories, and the chilling details that have kept this mystery alive for generations. In the winter of 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers, mostly students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, embarked on what they believed would be an unforgettable trek through the Ural Mountains, led by the determined Igor Dyatlov. Their goal was simple: to test their limits, embrace nature's challenge, and celebrate the spirit of adventure. Each member brought their own dreams and stories. There was Zina, whose laughter could brighten the darkest of days, and Yuri, known for his quiet wisdom amid the howling winds. They set out with a mix of excitement and youthful bravado, unaware that the forces of nature and something inexplicable awaited them. Their plan was to traverse the dense, snow-laden forest and scale the rugged slopes of the mountains. Maps were drawn, routes discussed, and the promise of camaraderie forged a bond that none could have imagined would soon be shattered. Under a canopy of icy blue skies, the hikers began their journey. The biting cold and unpredictable weather only deepened the sense of isolation, yet the group pressed on, their determination unwavering even as night began to fall. As darkness enveloped the mountains, a strange unease fell upon the group. They pitched their tent on a desolate sloper location chosen for its shelter from the howling wind. But that night, an eerie silence would soon be broken by inexplicable events. Some say that around midnight, the hikers were startled awake by a sound that no one could explain. A distant, almost musical howl, or perhaps an unearthly wail echoed across the icy expanse. In the stillness of the frozen night, even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Within the confines of their tent, tension mounted. Igor Dyatlov, known for his calm leadership, tried to reassure everyone. But one by one, fear began to seep in. In hushed whispers, theories of strange lights, odd vibrations, and the inexplicable tug of destiny began to circulate. Then, something even more alarming occurred. The tent's entrance was found mysteriously cut open from the inside. In a state of panic and confusion, the group made a fateful decision. They fled into the frigid darkness barefoot, ill-prepared for the brutal cold. Imagine the terror of plunging into an unforgiving winter night, where every step might lead you deeper into an unknown nightmare. In their desperate bid to escape whatever force had invaded their sanctuary, they scattered into the white oblivion, leaving behind only the abandoned tent as silent witness to their plight. For days, no word came from the missing hikers. Then, a search party was dispatched. What they found would forever confound investigators and haunt the corridors of history. At the edge of the snow-covered pass, remnants of a campsite were discovered, a tattered tent, half buried in drifting snow, and footprints leading in disparate directions. In the bitter cold, bodies began to be found, each scene more puzzling than the last. Some of the hikers were found only a few hundred meters from the tent, their bodies arranged in positions that suggested a frantic, panicked flight. Others lay further away, their footprints trailing into deep drifts, as if they had succumbed to the icy grip of the wilderness while trying to reach safety. Yet, it wasn't merely the location of the bodies that raised questions. The injuries were as baffling as the circumstances. Some victims bore signs of severe bones and shattered ribs, yet without any external wounds that could have caused such internal damage. One of the hikers had even lost parts of his tongue and eyes. Radiological tests later revealed alarming traces of radiation on some of the clothing, hinting at an exposure that no one could readily explain. Investigators were left with a scene that defied conventional explanation. How could experienced hikers, so familiar with the harsh environment, suddenly be overcome by an unknown terror? And what force or forces had driven them from the relative safety of their tent into a death trap of snow and ice? Over the decades, countless theories have emerged to explain the Dyatlov Pass incident. Each one is as chilling as it is perplexing. Some experts point to a natural catastrophe in avalanche, perhaps claiming that a sudden, deadly rush of snow might have forced the hikers to flee in terror. Yet, careful analysis of the scene reveals no clear signs of such an event. The tent, while torn open, bore marks that suggested a deliberate exit. not the chaotic destruction of a collapse. Others propose a military coup. In the late 1950s, the Soviet Union was testing advanced weaponry and conducting secret experiments in remote areas. Could it be that the hikers inadvertently stumbled upon a classified zone, their fate sealed by an unseen military operation? Documents have emerged over time hinting at nearby missile tests and high-intensity explosions. Yet definitive evidence remains elusive. A more supernatural explanation has also gained traction. Some say that the mountains themselves, ancient, sentient, and unforgiving, held a dark power that night. Whispers of cursed lands, haunted by the restless spirits of those lost to time, have woven their way into local folklore. Eyewitnesses report strange lights dancing in the sky, and even eerie, unexplainable phenomena that defy modern science. Could these forces have played a role in the hikers' mysterious flight into the night? Then there's the theory of infrasound, a sound frequency so low that it can trigger panic and terror in humans. Some scientists believe that natural wind patterns over the mountains might have generated causing extreme anxiety, disorientation, and even hallucinations. In that state, rational thought could shatter, leaving the mind to be ruled by primal fear. Each theory holds a piece of the puzzle, yet none can claim to be complete. The silence of the past is frozen. Unyielding emptiness continues to guard its secrets, leaving us with more questions than answers. Today, the Dyatlov Pass incident is more than a historical mystery. It's a symbol of nature's indomitable power and the thin line between civilization and the unknown. The hikers, whose names have become etched in legend, remind us that even in an age of technology and reason, there remain forces we cannot fully comprehend. For researchers and paranormal enthusiasts alike, the case is a siren call, a challenge to uncover the truth hidden in the howling winds and endless snows of the Euros documentaries. Books and even films have attempted to capture the essence of that night, yet the core of the mystery remains unsolved. Local residents speak in hushed tones about the past.